Hey guys, this is Summit Studios 2K doing my review of Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. Now, when I first heard about this movie, I was very excited about it because I'm a huge Mission Impossible fan. I've seen all the movies, I love them. And so I went into this movie really anticipated for it and really excited to see it. And I have to say, it met my expectations and surpassed them. Like, I thought this movie was unbelievable. In my opinion, I think it was the best of the series overall. I know a lot of people argue that the original one was better, but this one just blew me away because I was not expecting it to be as good as it was. But in this movie, the plot is the IMF is shut down from a global terrorist bombing plot that they pinned on Ethan Hunt and his team. And basically, his team has to go rogue. This is a new team, Ving Rhames isn't in the movie, all new people. I think Simon Pegg was actually in the third one a little bit, but he's like one of the main characters here. So they don't have any backup. They don't know anything about it. They just know that they have to stop this guy because he has nuclear codes and is planning on basically starting World War III. So the plot mostly is kind of cliched, I think, with the whole nuclear codes and all that, sort of a little bit 80s, but like it just worked out great for this. I mean, the movie was like 2 hours and 15 minutes long, so it wasn't a short movie, but it wasn't that long either. Like I thought they fit in everything perfectly. The cast of the movie is Tom Cruise, obviously, Simon Pegg, Jeremy Renner, and Paula Patton. That's sort of the main cast there. It is directed by Brad Bird, which I was really surprised to hear when he was directing it because I remember him for The Incredibles, the Disney Pixar movie, which I love, but this is actually his first full length, non animated movie. And wow, did he do a good job with it. The total box office for this movie was 208.8 million, and it came out in December last year, and it just blew up box offices everywhere. And like really just the action of the movie was really what got me. Like the fighting scenes I thought were great, but I mean the scene that everyone's really talking about in this movie is the scene in Dubai when he's on the tower. And let me tell you, from the second that movie started, I just kept on thinking, okay, this is awesome, but I want to see the Dubai scene. I really want to see it. And then it came around, and let me tell you, like not really anything you hear on reviews can just live up to how that is, especially seeing it in IMAX, the way it just leans down, you feel like you're about to fall off. Like, it's just an unbelievable action scene. And Tom Cruise actually filmed that scene without a stunt double. It was actually him hanging off the tower, jumping around, doing all the crazy stuff. And, like, that takes a lot of balls to do that. I don't think I would ever be able to do that, what he did. But the plot of the movie, like I said, it's kind of simple, but it's good. It works. They didn't try to overcomplicate things. Like, I know a lot of my problems with the first three was, I mean, there weren't really problems, but there were just so many twists and turns in them that at times it was hard to follow. This one was just sort of straightforward action movie, and it got great reviews everywhere. And like I just loved it. Like I loved every second of this movie from the minute it started. It started off fast in the prison scene, and it just didn't leave the throttle from there. Just kept it on going, kept the movie at the pace it was at, and it was just unbelievable action. And so, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, like if I had to rate it, honestly, I thought about it a lot, and I have to give it a 4.5 out of 5 because there were some minor problems with it, but even talking about them would just be stupid because everything was just great. The directing, everything, but really, only problem was the plot at times is just sort of too straightforward. So I'm not going to give it the full 5 because I definitely saw movies last year that were better than that. But like this movie, for Mission Impossible, you can't get much better than this. And I'm really excited to see where they go with it next. And Jeremy Renner, talking about the cast here really quick, Jeremy Renner played Brant perfectly. Like, he was just the most relatable character in that movie. Simon Pegg obviously was the comic relief. He knows what he is at this point. But, I mean, Tom Cruise he's just, I don't really like him in not really that many movies besides the Mission Impossible ones. Like, he was just born to play Ethan Hunt. Like, he is unbelievable in every movie and has the crazy action scenes. So overall, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol gets a 4.5 out of 5. So, leave a comment on what you thought about the movie, if you liked it as much as I did, or what's your favorite Mission Impossible movie, if you like the first one better, or even some people like the third one better because of the villain in the third one. I know in this one the villain was sort of underdeveloped a little bit, but overall I did definitely think it was the best of the Mission Impossible movie series, so very excited to see where it goes next. So leave a comment on your thoughts. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe and like my page on Facebook.